Hello everyone and welcome to Formula 1 2018. Clayton Hardy here, and we're about to do our career mode. I've already gone through, as you can see on the screen, practice and qualifying. What a difference a year is. F1 2017 and F1 2018, both stellar, but F1 2018 somehow just keeps improving on things that I thought were pretty much perfect in 2017. A lot of things have changed, and I guess we'll dissect part of that. Mostly it's things like this. Instead of having like a laptop and a hospitality, now you're actually in a workspace for most of your sessions. Everything looks different. You can negotiate contracts. I haven't gotten to that point yet. I'm expecting that I'll be able to if I complete the team goals that you can see there. It measures your status between rookie and veteran. You've got sportsmanship and showmanship. These two personality traits are important for certain teams. McLaren, the team I'm racing for, prefer sportsmanship, whereas some teams like Ferrari prefer showmanship. You also have your contract value at the bottom, the contract value in actuality, and then your value either in the driver market or whatever is marked separately. You see that I currently don't have any contract perks because I've literally just debuted in Formula 1. See, our only rival right now is Stoffel. We out-qualified him. I made it to Q3, qualified 9th. Stoffel, I think, qualified 13th. He didn't get out of Q2. There's my driver details. You see my helmet. You see my abbreviation, my audio nickname. That's something new that they added. Now you can have an audio nickname when Crofty and Anthony Davidson talk about you and the I guess the pre and post race cutscenes. So that's a nice little touch. You see my average grid start is 9th because one race. I've driven 29 laps through practice and all that stuff. So a lot of they're giving you the ability to look at a whole bunch of different statistics now, which is really cool. Research and development, this is important, more so in this game than what it was before, because obviously it carries over from last year in the aspect of you have every team has a different R&D tree that they get to work with. Something that is changed though is the fact that regulation changes happen at the end of the season, and to essentially to have a decent car for the next season, you have to have a lot of research points saved up, because you're going to have to kind of buy in to a lot of different upgrades that try to get those upgrades before the season starts. So you want to do all the practice programs you can, and that's difficult because I'm playing on the same difficulty I played in on F1 2017. You used to be able to go through all of the practice programs no problem. This go around, I've only perfected 2, and I only scraped the barrel for the 3rd one, so I missed 3 completely. They added a program for ERS ERS saving, battery saving, on top of your fuel saving, your tire management, your race strategy, your qualifying pace program, and your track acclimatization program. I got the track acclimatization perfected. I got the race strategy program perfected, and I scraped by with the tire management. Failed the fuel management, failed the ERS, and just barely missed out on the qualifying one. Yeah, as you see, we don't have anything left. We don't have anything in progress right now. I spent most of my initial points on the factory, and I guess this is where I will explain what I'm planning on doing. F1 teams don't upgrade their car every race. Unless you're like a big team like Ferrari and they've screwed up something, they don't release upgrades on back-to-back events, and I won't either. So outside of doing factory upgrades, the only time I'll do car upgrades is every 4 or 5 races. So we're looking at our first car upgrades coming at either at the end of Azerbaijan or at the end of Spain, getting ready for Monaco. And because we're at McLaren, we're going to be working on that powertrain because it's dumpster fire. Our chassis is fine. Aerodynamics are okay. Durability, I want to work on that at some point, but right now I want to get the powertrain up to spec because we are so far behind. And actually, that's an interesting one. You can see where all the teams stand as far as the engine power go, or as far as powertrain goes. Mercedes, Force India, Williams, they all have the Mercedes powertrain, so they're all up there. Ferrari, Haas, Sauber, they've got the Ferrari. Red Bull, Renault, and McLaren all have Renault. So we're all on the same tier right now, and then Toro Rosso has Honda, so they're a little bit behind us. Whereas if you look at chassis, we are 5th on the grid as far as chassis goes, and there's quite a gap between us and Haas. Whereas we are pretty close to Renault, so that's good to see. And the aerodynamics, we're also middle of the road. Not as close to Renault and Aero, but also still quite a bit ahead of Haas. And then the durability obviously it varies per team. I think it's universal as far as how it works, but yeah, this will be important later in the season because we only have 3, and last year we had 4. We had 4 engines, 4 gearboxes, and all that stuff. Now we have 3, which sucks a lot. So we have to make each engine last 7 races if possible. Otherwise, we're taking a pretty massive grid penalty. Looking at the gearbox, there's 2 different gearboxes now. One for FP1 and FP2, and then one for FP3 qualifying in the race. So you can try to run through all your practice programs on the practice gearboxes, and save your actual race gearbox. But as you can read with the event gearbox, it has to be the same gearbox has to be used for 6 consecutive race weekends before being replaced. If you don't, then you're facing a 5-place grid penalty. So that's going to be kind of important. And I didn't realize we had the practice gearbox until after FP2. So, whoops. Tire allocation for the weekend works the same as it did in 2017. The only difference is that there's 2 more tire compounds, the Hyper Soft and I think the Super Hard. Hyper Soft being pink, and they moved the colors around so like the Super Hard is orange. But the actual tire selection for Australia didn't change. It's still the same. It's still ultra soft, super soft, and then the soft compound tires. Another thing they cleaned up is how the standings look. You see where everyone's at. You can scroll down. There's me at the bottom. They cleaned up how this looks, which is really nice. This is sharp. I like this a lot. 21 races, so we're gonna have to try to. It's gonna be a long game. As I said, I qualified ninth. There's several cars that get grid penalties because of accidents, either accidents or having to replace gearboxes or parts of their car. So I have no idea where I'm starting. I have no idea where Stoffel Van Dorn's starting. If you haven't noticed, I've replaced Alonso. This whole career mode is based on the theory that, hey, Alonso loved Indianapolis so much that he decided to just stay there forever. So here we are. But now that I've kind of gotten my whole talking spiel out of the way, let's get to racing. And sorry for the background noise, my dog is not too happy right now, and I have a feeling that the phone will ring at some point, just because it can. But here we go.
New drivers, new cars, and a new Formula One season. But it's the same Albert Park that we've come to know and love for more than 2 decades now that hosts the first round of a 21-race championship, taking us from here in Melbourne, Australia, across the globe before we eventually reach the season finale at Yas Marina Circuit in Abu Dhabi. We go racing today then in the state of Victoria, where the drivers have 16 corners and 3.3 miles to navigate at an average lap speed of around 120 miles an hour. The close proximity of the barriers makes accidents inevitable, and recent history shows us that a safety car is not at all out of the question. We have plenty of changes to the sport this year, with the addition of new safety features, the return of France and Germany in an expanded 21-race calendar, and more tyre compounds than ever before. And of course, we have some big car manufacturers back in the sport too, with Alfa Romeo and Aston Martin returning as title sponsors for Sauber and Red Bull respectively. Joining me to take you through all the action of the 2018 Formula One season is Anthony Davidson. Great to have you with us. With that then, let's run through the grid order. An immense lap from Lewis Hamilton yesterday puts him on pole position, and starting alongside him P2 is Sebastian Vettel. Looking down the rest of the grid, we have Raikkonen, Verstappen, Daniel Ricciardo and Sainz, Magnussen, Bottas. They've taken a grid penalty. Hawke and Esteban Ocon, Hülkenberg, Van Dorn, Pierre Gasly and Hartley, Grosjean, Ericsson, Sergei Sirotkin and Sergio Perez. Leclerc and Lance Stroll rounds off the grid. Now it's almost time to lights out, so let's go down to the track.
We've qualified above where we expected to be, so try your best to hold on to this position in the race.
Yeah, as you can see, a few people took grid penalties. Bottas, they actually mentioned, new. They used to not do that. Grosjean also did, and so did Lance Stroll. I think Lance Stroll had a 15-place grid penalty for some reason. Actually, I think he was involved in an accident at some point. We were expected to qualify 13th, and we got 9th. So, yeah, this is going to be somewhat important, somewhat crucial. 50% race. I don't know if I want to do tire management or not. I feel like I'm going to do 2 stops. There you go. And I want to make sure I've got 31. There you go. So here we go.
Clutch in. Clutch out. Go, go, go. Okay, our system checks are good. We need to stay in formation and start bringing the car up to temperature, please. Get some load into the tyres and work the brakes. We want them nice and warm by the end of the lap.
That's something that's new, is the ability to control your ERS deployment. Now you can set this to automatic, but I prefer having it manual, just to learn it. There's, as you can see, there's technically six different modes. from hot lap, overtake, high, medium, low, and then having it none, which is a nice little thing. Being able to actually turn it off is pretty cool. In fact, we'll keep it off until we get ready to start. The reason why I'm keeping extra fuel on board is because I want to be able to push as hard as possible. That's kind of the whole deal with the two-stop strategy, is that you kind of just go bonkers with it. So I'm either going to do well or I'm going to put it in the wall. I relied a lot on flashbacks during practice and qualifying, just trying to learn everything. I will not be using flashbacks in the races themselves. So if I crash out, oh well. Hopefully it won't. See the halo. Might actually try. I haven't used cockpit cam in this game yet, so I might actually try to do the halo. Also, so I guess I'll give my impressions on the halo once I actually race with it. It doesn't look terrible. I wish that there was more, I wish there's more creativity with it, like as far as how it looked, paint job wise, instead of just painting it black or orange or silver or whatever. I wish people would actually made it stick out a little bit. But I guess it's whatever. Wow, we've had a blisteringly bad start. And already got wing damage.
Okay, you have wing damage. This will be a major performance impact unless you opt for a new one.
I think I am going to use a flashback on that one because the Sainz and Magnussen parked the bus. Parked the bus. Magnussen, Carlos, my boy, what are you doing? Okay, so we'll do that. Okay. Hey, Esteban, how you doing? Wow. And we still got front wing damage. Oh my god. When they said simulation damage, they weren't kidding this year. In F1 2017, you get away with some things, but F1 2018, no, you cannot. You absolutely cannot. One thing I noticed in practice is that if you ride along the wall for a few seconds, or if you make too many brushes with the wall, it'll actually deflate the tire. So they've increased how sensitive the tires are too, which is nice. As you can tell, I'm not using the strict corner cutting penalties. Oh, this is gonna be such a struggle. Well, so where did the... Okay, I'm running with traction control. That's probably why. But good God. Despite how messy that lap was, I can't really say that it was on the halo. Most people want to blame the halo for everything, but most of what I did was just either stupidity or the AI being super aggressive. So, I can't really blame the halo on that. I guess we'll still see in a moment. we're not too far behind Stroll and Ericsson, so just kind of sucks that I gave up a top 10 finish on lap 1. So I am using a controller. I have my wheel available, but it makes a lot of noise, and I haven't figured out what I want the settings to be yet.
That looked bad. Are you alright? Let me know you're
Okay.
alright.
Okay. So yeah, there's limits to this car. A lot of limits to this car. I keep wanting to open DRS, which I don't have right now. At this point, if I can somehow get back to 12th, that would be great. Someone at the front of this line has parked the bus, and I have a feeling it's a Toro Rosso. Take that, Charlie Whiting. I am running on 90% difficulty. I'm not the best driver in the world at this game, obviously. Never was in F1 2017 either.
We're approaching the pit window. You'll be on the super softs. Check your MFD for a new strategy option.
Wow.
Callback confirmed. Fuel is at target +3. Let's get into mix 3 ASAP.
Thank you, Sorokin, for holding up the bus. What are you doing? Sergey. What are you doing? Is that rubber banding?
We expect the grip levels to start falling away soon. Okay, gap ahead is 5.6 seconds.
There is a phone I said was gonna ring at some point. Telemarketer. Never fails. Although apparently someone answered the phone, so. Halo's not that bad. It could be irritating. I can see how it could be irritating to people. I'm not finding it too difficult. I'm kind of just looking around it. Though I can see how on initial starts it'd be pretty bad.
Okay, car ahead is now running the super soft tyre. That's the super soft on the car ahead.
Yeah, I'm like, hello, what the hell am I missing?
Remember, box this lap. Keep an eye on your distance to the speed limit line as you approach, and make sure you don't speed.
Kevin?
A new strategy is available on the MFT. You've got front wing damage.
You
Recommend
cut.
box for a new one.
You absolute bellend.
Are you okay? That was a big one. Confirm you're okay, please.
Wow. Okay. Okay, that was Ericsson. Did I break his tire? No, but I did break one of the Williams.
Check your MFD for a new strategy option.
Thanks, Kevin. You're the greatest. All Haas drivers are assholes? Change my mind?
Go, go, go.
Yo ho, back to the grid I go.
Up to speed now. Let's get some heat into those tyres.
This is just more comfortable for me. I can see when I miss my apex was better. I have that.
Our gap to the car in front is 17.0 seconds.
Yeah, this is going to be a long race. Kind of ruin the day right now. Started ninth. Probably sitting 20th.
The gap to the car ahead is 7.5 seconds.
So Rocket must be that slow. He said 17 2 laps ago, now it's 7.
3 laps over target on fuel. Let's start burning it off, please.
One thing that will be intriguing once we get to this season is seeing how Williams move throughout the season and seeing what happens next season when the regulations change. Because that's a nice little, I guess, caveat. Is that teams could jump the order quite substantially from season to season. And I'm curious to see how wild that jump is, or how wild that jump can be. That's genuinely interesting. So Katsuratkin. Oh, I forgot. Williams has straight line speed. But I have curve hopping ability. Bye, Sergey. I said bye, Sergey. I said good day. Bitch. Thanks, Jeff. Appreciate you.
Gap to car in front is 13.8 seconds.
Stoffel's one stopping. Telling me intrigued. Force roll. And by force roll I mean go fuck yourself. I'm guaranteed not last. I'm curious when this next pit stop is for me. Wow. So yeah, curves are really scary.
Okay, gap ahead is 15.2 seconds.
Wow. Okay. At this point, I'm just using flashback to kind of figure out what's going on.
Caution, caution.
So tire grip has been affected quite significantly.
approaching the pit window. You'll be on the super softs.
One thing I have noticed is that both of the Saubers are on softs, whereas my next tire change will be on supers. I know I'm not going to catch them, but it's something to think about.
Okay, we need some energy harvesting. Reduce ERS deployment. Gap to teammate ahead is 19.5 seconds.
There's the phone again.
Our gap to the car in front is 10.5 seconds. In this lap, push now. Box now, please. Box this lap.
Oh, come on.
Caution, caution. The virtual safety car is out. Reduce speed and maintain a positive delta.
Okay.
Go now. strategy complete. See these tyres through to the end now. VSC ending, we're going green. Maintain positive delta until the green flags. Okay, clear.
Had to keep it green.
The gap to the car ahead is 2.1 seconds. Yellow flag.
Oh, flag for what? Signs. Ooh. That almost definitely puts Van Dorn in the points, I think.
The battery is low on energy. Reduce ERS deployment.
Jeff, I don't care.
The gap behind us is 3.9 seconds.
Magnussen with fastest lap. Holy hell. Doesn't mean he's not a twat, but holy hell. Sorry for going quiet, but I'm trying to focus on getting Perez and I think Leclerc.
Gap to car in front is 2.3 seconds.
I think Leclerc's in front of him. And yes, I am abusing track limits. I come from the United States, where Watkins Glen and IMSA is a thing. So track limits can kind of take a secondary role of importance. got him under a second now, I think. On lean fuel. Holy hell.
We've been awarded a
I'm
time
not gonna
penalty.
flashback
Against our
that.
finishing
I
time
knew it
at
was
the end of
coming.
the race.
Okay, so apparently the Mercedes engine is just that good.
Fuel target is +1. Faster engine modes are available.
Okay, I'm going to flashback that one. Because he, right as I went to make a move, he locks up. Okay. Of course he doesn't make the mistake now, but okay, whatever.
Reduce the ERS deployment, please. We need to charge the battery.
Jeff, shut up. I'm trying so hard to get by Perez.
We're trailing our teammate by 28.6 seconds.
That was about to be a disaster. Come here, Leclerc. Fuck.
Okay, we need some energy harvesting. Reduce ERS deployment.
Jeff, shut up.
Okay, gap ahead is 1.9 seconds. There's 5 laps of fuel remaining.
I think one of the Toro Rossos are in front of the Claire. I didn't take the official corner cut line of approval, so I lost time.